And welcome back to Top Cheddar Sports. I'm Brett.
I'm Spencer.
There's nothing better than the smell of a freshly opened container of tennis balls.
There's nothing better?
Amazing, right?
Pretty incredible, I suppose.
And so it's Tuesday.
But I can think of something better.
So we got our French Open preview.
Oh.
Oh no, that's not what we're doing?
No, I was going to say that the only thing better than the smell of a freshly opened package of tennis balls is talking
about the NBA.
NBA, of course.
It's NBA Tuesday. We're just
NBA
kidding. We know what day it is. We're not doing tennis. Tennis isn't a real sport. I'm just kidding.
All right, into
Anyways.
some of the free agents slash
draftish type
news
time, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So a couple of players have decisions looming with their player options. And what do we have so far?
Hassan Whiteside accepted his player option because he'd be an idiot not to. So he will get $27.1 million this year.
And is he worth it, Brett?
No.
Yeah, that's a resounding no.
Not
Definitely
at all.
not
No.
worth.
No. And then Tyler Johnson, ex-Heat player.
All right.
We mentioned or you told me, and you're right, how bad the Heat are at giving out contracts.
Yes.
This is just another one.
Because how much is he going to make now that he accepted his player option?
I believe a little over $17 million this year.
And is he worth it?
No, not at all.
Oh,
My
man,
God,
that is
no.
weird.
So the Suns will be paying that to him. He'll be a Sun this year. Well, he's a Sun his whole life, but he'll be a Phoenix Sun this year.
Kawhi Leonard has reportedly declined his player option. That was worth $20.1 million. That was all but a guarantee, though it does remain likely that he can or will re-sign.
Yes,
with the
he's
Raptors.
still very open to that, for sure. And then just some other free agency news. The Celtics, Nick Vukovic is expected to be one of their main targets, likely to replace Al Horford, who we'll talk about in a little bit.
Yep.
I think that'd be a good fit for them, for sure. Nick Vukovic, very underrated center, just didn't get much attention down there in Orlando, but he's very, very good. And also, the Celtics signed Taco Fall to a 10-day game tryout type contract. That is the 7'7" player from UCF that you'll all remember the tournament tore it up and impressed with his size. I was thinking and hoping the Sixers would take him in the second round. I think he could be an effective player simply given his size.
Yeah.
Not much offensive upside, but he could be a very good defensive player in the league, I think. But the Celtics signed him to a 10-day deal, so we'll see where that goes there.
I think the Vukovic rumor is pretty key because, like you said, he would fit in very well in Boston, especially given that young core, seen as they're going to lose to Al Horford's a max contract player, I think. He'll probably end up signing
Maybe,
max. So they lose two max contract players. Obviously, they're going to have to fill in with more depth, I think, because they kind of already have stars. I think they were going to want to save that money for later, for like re-signing Tatum and stuff like that.
Right.
So should be fairly interesting to see the other moves that they make to maybe bring in a veteran point guard, and then just again even more depth, which sounds almost impossible for the Celtics because they're already so deep.
I was going to say, yeah, they're going from kind of like a star-driven team with Kyrie to now more of just a balance, a bunch of, I don't want to say role players, but just a bunch of solid pieces.
Yep.
And that's why Nick Vukovic fits that perfectly because he's not a star, but he's a very, very good player. So, yeah, I really like that for them. That'll be a good move.
Absolutely.
And now we'll talk two more free agents like we've been doing, where we think they go, where they should go, and what we think, or where they're rumored to go, basically. Right. So let's start with Al Horford, since we just mentioned him. So Al Horford, it's rumored he could go to Dallas. That seems to be the leading team. Or he could stay in Boston. Not likely, though, as he already declined his player option there. Really, he could fit in a lot of places. So, Spencer, where do you think he should go? Where do you think he will go?
So I think he will go to the Mavs.
Okay.
I think they're going to pursue him heavily, and I think he obviously will be a really good fit alongside Kristaps down low, and give somebody for Luka to facilitate the offense through. Horford, I think, sometimes is a little underrated as a center, but we obviously know how good he can be because whenever he plays the Sixers, he's literally the best center in all of basketball. So that's where I think he's going to go. That's honestly where I think he should go. I really don't see another team. I mean, I guess the Lakers could potentially go after him once they clear enough space, and he would also fit there, kind of. I think the Lakers, though, are better suited looking for like a floor spacer or a guard of some sort. So yeah, I think Dallas is his best choice. Definitely should get out of Boston, though, and I think he wants to.
Yeah. I think Al Horford, much like Nick Vukovic, can kind of fit in anywhere.
Yeah.
But I don't really like the fit with the Lakers. I think you saw in Boston, like you mentioned, we know how good of a player he can be. Just look at his years in Atlanta when he was kind of the guy.
Yeah.
Boston, I feel like he kind of got lost in a shuffle. He didn't really play up to his potential there. I think that same thing would happen in LA. I do like the fit in Dallas, though. You have a young Doncic, you have a young Porzingis. I feel like he's that veteran guy. They can kind of go to him more so than on these other teams, and he'll be a good role model and influencer for Porzingis if he does play this year, which, given his murky situation. But I do like the fit in Dallas. I also would like to see him if Durant or Kawhi were to go to the Clippers or say even like the Nets.
See him team up with them.
I'd like to see him maybe team up with one of them as kind of that secondary star player there, because team like the Nets or Clippers, it would pretty much just be those two guys. So I feel like he would still have enough of a role that we would see the Al Horford that we saw in Atlanta, and that would be a really good fit there.
Absolutely.
For sure.
All right, the other free agent that we're going to talk about this week is our boy, James Butler.
His name's not James. It's literally Jimmy.
My bad. Well, literally Jimmy has...
Jimmy G. Buckets. Yep.
So many options.
Very, very many options.
So, obviously, he could return to the Sixers. They're the team that can offer him the most money and an extra year. Mm-hmm. There are rumors of him going to the Nets. Mm-hmm. There are rumors of him potentially going to have talks with the Heat, the Lakers,
Rockets.
This guy could literally go anywhere because of the type of player that he is. So, that being said, what he should do is he should wait. He should let the NBA free agency scape happen, and when Kyrie makes his decision,
let the dust settle first. I like
Butler
that.
should maybe follow him. If Kyrie indeed does go to the Nets, or even if he doesn't and the Nets bring back D'Angelo Russell, Jimmy Butler, unfortunately, would be a great fit with one of those guards. I don't want to see that happen, so...
what should he do, Spencer?
What he should do...
Where will he go?
Slightly biased. What he should do is go to the Sixers. It's where he can make the most money, and it's honestly where he could have the best chance to win if the Sixers pull off a great offseason. They could easily bring back Toby, and they have the money to fill out some depth. You run that back, that's a scary big four.
Run it back.
And I don't know if things will happen the same way they did this year if they run it back and have a full season with all four of them together. Unfortunately, I'm biased, but realistically, his best choice is, like I said, to wait, maybe see where the dust settles. If the Kyrie situation doesn't seem like something he would want to go to, the Lakers would also be a great fit for him. Go and play with LeBron and AD, and those three would dominate.
I agree. I think the Lakers would be a good fit. I don't think the Lakers will have the money to pull that off. Unless he takes a discount, which I don't see him doing for any team. I don't see him taking a discount.
And he said, quote, the hope is that I can get a max. I have, what did he say? I have like a
He
strong
said, "I
feeling
know I can get a max contract.
that I'll get a max contract wherever I go."
Yeah.
So they won't.
And he's
settle.
absolutely right.
They won't settle for less. There's
Yeah.
no reason.
So I thought the Rockets were an interesting rumor because obviously you'd have to move Chris Paul before you could sign Jimmy Butler, and I don't know if they're going to be able to do that. The Nets, I don't see happening. Unless they sign a guy like Kyrie or Durant,
Right.
because Jimmy, I don't think Jimmy would go somewhere just himself.
No.
I think he kind of had enough of that in Chicago, and whatnot. So, I think he should sign with the Sixers. I think they had a good thing going there. They really picked it up once the playoffs started. You got to remember the Sixers, that starting five only played together, 20 games or something like that. So
Not even.
they were really getting the chemistry going towards the end there. I think that would be a good fit. I also think a team like the Clippers would be a good fit. The Clippers, if they miss out on Kawhi, I'm sure will offer him a max contract. It'd be a good fit for him there as well. But yeah, I think he should sign with the Sixers. I don't know if he will though. I really don't, and that's the scary thing. I don't know where he will go. That's kind of the big question mark. And I like your point. I think he should wait.
I think he's
I
going
think he'd
to
be smart to wait.
I think he's going to be. He's not going to fall off of the free agent table fast. I think everybody else is going to go, and he's going to be one of the last big free agents to sign. Because I think he's really going to wait for the landscape and then see what team really is going to provide him the best opportunity.
That's his smartest move.
It is.
Right there.
Yeah, and he has that power because of the type of player that he is. So, yeah.
Regardless, it'll be a fun and interesting offseason.
Can't wait.
And we still got more free agents to talk about next week.
I think
that's how many there are.
We're a week away from free agency starting, I
Isn't
think.
it July 1st?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
It's coming up. Get ready.
oh man, I'm so excited.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
By this time next week, actually, we'll probably have a couple people signed already.
Yeah, I'm assuming we'll have either signings or probably some trades where teams are trying to open up some cap space.
Oh,
So,
definitely, yeah. Definitely.
Yeah, should be interesting. Should be fun.
All right, and then speaking of trades, tomorrow on NHL Wednesday, boy, do we have a lot.
Yes.
A lot to discuss. If you didn't watch the NHL draft video, go watch that. I mentioned how a lot of trades would be happening in that first round. They turned out they happened on the second day of the draft, rounds 2 through 7. But we'll cover all that tomorrow.
Absolutely.
And that'll do it for NBA Tuesday, right?
I will.
And so tune in tomorrow for that NHL Wednesday. That'll be us. And then Victor will have your NFL Thursday.
Yep.
So leave a like, leave a comment. Where do you think these free agents will go? Smash that subscribe button. And we'll see you tomorrow.